door back. This is my blackout that I actually use. I use this all the time. You can see I've made it larger than what it really is, so that you can cram it in and work it up along the edges of your window. That's one of the things that holds it in there, is it poking down into the edges. These things, this is called sign board. You get it at Home Depot. It comes in a roll, or sheets actually, 2x4, 4x8, and you just cut them with the scissors. And then you can use these things, see, to cram them in along the edges behind the rubber, and that helps hold it in. There's some other things. These are blank cards that people use for things to hang on people, you know, when you're identifying them at a convention or something. And I found that these work really well. You can use these to poke in along the edge like that, and it'll go right up underneath the rubber. If you're having trouble with any of your things staying in, you can use this sign board, or you can use these credit cards, blank credit cards. They're pretty cheap. Okay, there it is. Now I've got the reflective side out so that I can go in and spend the night. Everything will be fine. There's one other thing that I wanted to show you that I do sometimes with these front windows that when I'm camping is I'll put it in there like this, and I'll use these are mosquito nettings. Whoop. Yeah, I believe this is right. They don't really cost very much either. And you can put these over your windows like this. They'll just stretch right over. I can't get to the other side, but it could. This circular part goes over the mirror. I put it on like this, and I need a lot of air circulation, and I've got several different ways of doing that. This is one way. Make sure my motor's on. Oh, I'm gonna have to go get my key. Hang on. I apologize for the sound quality in the other parts of the video. I forgot to put on my microphone. So anyway, I've got it on now, and I'll try to go back and make the sound better for the first part of the videos. But like I was telling you, I put this mosquito netting on. Now what I've been doing is I just roll the window down. You can see the window's down to about right there, and that black still makes it where people can't see in, but the window is actually down. It's clean down to here, so air can get around that blackout, and it can get into the car, and I can have a lot of air circulation without anybody being able to see in. It works pretty well. That's one way of doing it. I have another way of doing it too that I'll show you. But this is the way I've been doing it here lately. Of course, in the winter, when it gets cold outside, you're going to want to do it differently, and you may just want to roll it down a little. You may want to keep it all the way up and turn on a heater on the inside. So there's going to be different ways that you're going to have to figure out how to do this. But to begin with, this is a good way right here. I rolled it back up now, so you can't really tell the difference. So now I'll take this thing back off. And everything's back to normal. You get ready to go the next day, you just take your signboard piece out. I've got them all marked. This is window, the front part, part B. The other one's front part, part A. I got them all labeled so I don't get them mixed up. And you take this out. And you're ready to go. Put it back up. All done. Okay. That's all for that part. Here is another way. They have mosquito screens on here, and this is a gutter that you buy at Home Depot, and they will fit right up underneath this rain shed that I bought. I'll show you how they fit in there. This is for, like, if you're doing it in an urban setting and you are worried that somebody's gonna not want you there. So you can put these in, and you can see that this gutter covers up. Let me make sure you're seeing that. Okay. This gutter, it fits up inside there, and the rain covers it so that at night, if you've got the black side of your window covering facing out, they don't see anything. But yet you still got air going into this window right here, and you can circulate it through your car. It's just a way to be a true stealth camper. No one's going to know you're there. No one's going to care. No one can see anything. They can't see inside because of this cover over here and the other cover. And those work pretty good too, and I'll show you how to make those. Okay, I could not find the large pieces of gutter that I have. Let me turn that up a little bit. I couldn't find the large pieces of gutter that I cut this out of, but these pieces of gutter come in about 2 pieces, 2-foot piece. Fits into the window pretty good. And you can see, I mean, it's made to go in and catch dirt in a rain gutter. It's made to fit in there. And you just have to measure however much you want. I've only got mine this big, but you could make them larger if you wanted, or even smaller. But I wanted enough to make sure I got air through there. And you just make a pattern just like you did before, only you only need the top part of your pattern. And take a pair of tin snips and cut out the pattern so that you've got this that sits right down in over that windowsill. The second part of this is just a screen you get at Home Depot. It's screen door screen. I got a lot left over. I didn't use very much. And you just cut a piece like that. I glued it on to begin with. I sprayed some of that adhesive and glued it on. Then I came back and put a bead of silicone in here to make sure that that was going to stay. That seems to be working pretty good. And I put Gorilla Tape around the edges of the top part of it because I wanted something really soft and cushy to go up inside that window. I didn't want to hurt anything. I didn't want that hard part to hurt anything. So all I've got that goes up in there is just basically Gorilla Tape. I had to come back and spray adhesive glue underneath that Gorilla Tape. It didn't stick very good, so I had to go back and put some more of this adhesive down under it and then put the Gorilla Tape on top of it, then put something heavy on it to weight it down overnight to actually make it stick together like that. There's the back side. I usually leave the screen netting facing out. And it's not really that hard either to make. It's just time consuming and a lot of trips to Home Depot to get all the parts. Like I said, this is rain gutter, this is screen door mosquito netting, and this is just Gorilla Tape. And it's all just glued together. Just cut out the pattern. Like I showed you before, make a pattern for the top part of the window and then just cut it out, 10 snips and then scissors and glue it. And you got these. It's not that terribly hard. And they work good too. But like I said, I haven't been using this because I haven't been camping where I actually need to be stealth. I didn't care if people knew that I was there. I had permission and nobody cared. So I wasn't using that. I was using the other mosquito netting where I could get the windows all the way down because it was summer. And let me turn this up just a little bit. I need a cameraman. So it was summertime and it was hot, so I wanted as much air as I could. And I've got some fans that I put inside my van, so when I have those windows down, I can make the air circulate through the cab and keep it cool. And those work pretty good too. So I can't think of anything more to tell you on these window coverings. I think I've covered it all. I may not have the sound correct on the first part. I'll go back and try to fix that and get this out to you. Thank you very much. Tell all your friends, subscribe, get yourself a van. Like I said, any kind of work. It doesn't have to be, mine's a 2008 Toyota, but any Toyota, any Honda, anything that has a lot of square footage in the back, a lot of cubic feet, so that you've got room to put all these things in it. I mean, I've also got a Highlander, but it's just not near big enough. You need a van, really, to make this work out right. Thanks very much. See you next time.